when you get an idea of a thing that you want to do, an action, and then you think to yourself, well, I can do this. You get feelings of incompetence, not being able to do what you want to do, right? So the one thing that you need to do when this happens is to change your perspective, right? Focus on the things you can do, not the things you can't, because when you focus on the things you can't do, that's what causes the feelings of incompetence to occur. Okay, the way to do this is when you get an idea that you don't know how to do, don't know how to execute, you keep the idea in the back of your mind, and then you try to do things that you can do. The important part is that you do things that are that that still work towards some greater ideal that you have in your worldview, right? Do the things that you think are good, not the things you just can do. You need to do things you can do that you believe are good and helpful in a way. And you will see that even if you don't have a concrete plan of executing a greater idea, that you still work towards your ideal, and you work towards those things that you never thought you could do. Because when you get an idea, when you get an idea in your head, it always changes something about your worldview, and it changes the ideals that you work towards. So when you do good things, you work towards the ideal, and then the things you can't do are still connected to the ideal. That's how you become more competent, even when you aren't actively working to be more competent, and you aren't in a grind set, right? You don't have to be in a grind set. The important thing is that you do things that you think are good if you want to improve in the way that you want to improve, not in a way that other people think of you. Because if you want to improve in a way that makes people think better of you, then you need to always consider other people's values, and you need to make a plan based on that, because your feelings are not they aren't aligned with the values of other people. They're aligned with the values that you have, right? You might feel empathy when other people feel emotion, but you don't feel emotion about people that you only know in abstract, right? So you can change your perspective and change the way you feel, change the way you better yourself without really ever considering bettering yourself, right? By just focusing on what you do now, you need to just stick to your principles, and you'll get better in the way that you want to be. But right, like I said, there's not a way to become a good figure. It's about becoming who you want to be, not about what everyone else wants you to be. So you need to combine what you feel is good with what is with your social norms, what's acceptable. So you it's not like you always just feel like you're doing good. You need to also think about your actions, of course. But I just wanted to say that it's not that difficult. As long as you don't give up, you're still working towards something, right?